Hey folks, it's John McQuails, and welcome to another edition of the Weekly Ramble. Unfortunately, there's no face for this one, at least of me actively talking, but here you can have one of me playing some Gary's Mod. I think that's a good trade-off, right? Don't bother if I'm talking in it. I don't know if I am. I've actually yet to record it. It's not matching up to my lips, that's for sure. But yeah, this week's edition is about what's it called? Feeling productive, I should say. I feel like feeling productive is like typically a good thing. I haven't met someone who's like, oh man, I was productive today. Man, I really hate that. Like, I feel like being productive is a pretty decent thing to experience. It's a pretty good. It's a fulfilling. It's a fulfilling feeling. And luckily, I guess I'm talking about this because this whole week I've been feeling rather productive. Obviously, I felt a little bit less productive on Wednesday because I didn't record anything. But at the same time, I feel like I just need to take a break. And I've been waking up earlier and earlier every single morning. And it's like, what is going on with me? I'm 22. It's summer. I should be like sleeping until 11. But I keep waking up. I woke up at like 9 on Monday. I went to work out right away. I woke up at like 8:30 on like Tuesday. Woke up right away. Like I woke up at like 8:20 on Wednesday. Worked out right away. Waking up earlier and earlier is making me, even though I haven't been doing much with those days, I've been feeling productive. I'm liking it. I'm feeling good. I'm kind of like, it got me thinking about now. And before I started this recording, like, man, what are the times have I felt productive? And to be honest, I feel like when I'm being the most productive, for me, it's a little weird. I don't feel productive when I'm doing something like as a hobby, right? When I'm doing YouTube, I don't really feel super productive. Like, it's something that I do and it's happy, but I don't feel like it's something grand, I guess is the way. It doesn't give me that like super productive feeling. But for some reason, when I wake up early in the morning and I get something done and I have like something else in the day to do, then I feel like I'm being productive. So frankly, I think it depends on when I wake up. Obviously, I think I can think of a few times in the past where I've felt productive. Back when I was drawing, and whenever I would finish a drawing and push myself to finish a drawing, I'd be proud of it. Like, it didn't look great, but it was something like I did. I spent time in doing it. I got something done. I improved my skills a little bit, so I was productive. Technically, YouTube is kind of the same thing. I've learned how to be a little bit better with editing. I'm still editing kind of stuff on the sides. Probably nothing I'm going to like post as a video. But it's like, I want to learn how to be a little bit better editor, not just to have these like, just haha, here's a block of content and there's no cuts, nothing like that. Obviously, I've done stuff with cuts in the past. That just takes time. And frankly, I'm the type of guy where if I start something and I stop, it gets really hard for me to get back into it. And I feel even less productive. I definitely have had like the lowest like productive points in my 22 years of yearly knowledge and experience that I have gained. I think my least productive is actually, ironically, during school, which is really weird. I think middle school wasn't too bad, but high school, I remember, especially during my senior year, I felt super unproductive. And like, it wasn't like I was not doing things. I was actively like, I was working out for track. I was doing schoolwork. It just felt like I wasn't getting anything. What's the word to put it? I need to take a sip. Hold on. Oh, this episode brought to you by H2O, the very thing that keeps us alive as humans. I never really felt like I was doing something that was making me better. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. When I'm like, I feel like I was in my senior year of high school, I was really lax in track. I did better. I ran faster, but I didn't feel like I wasn't making myself the best of me. I guess this kind of has to do with self-improvement, but like the way I think productive is making myself better. It's like waking up early in the morning, working out. I feel like I'm getting better when I'm doing it right now during the summer. And I also get to chill for the rest of the day. So I'm fixing my sleep schedule. I'm getting myself ready physically for track and field for when that kicks up again. I feel productive, but it's when I stop feeling like I stop getting that sense of self-improvement that I think is when I stop feeling productive. And so again, art was always something that was productive for me. When you'll see me probably on Gary's Mod doing something, either doing Like, I feel like I'm expressing my creative abilities and expanding my knowledge and how to improve in terms of telling stories and stuff like that, which is, I feel productive when I'm doing Gary's Mod. So not every game do I feel productive. Like, when I play a game, when I feel like I'm accomplishing and learning how to play the game and like pushing the game to its limits, I feel productive. Or when I'm just fucking around and like not learning anything, I don't feel productive. I could still be having fun, but I don't feel productive. I guess it's not necessarily a bad thing if you aren't being productive. Obviously, I feel like as long as you're having fun and you're not being productive, I think that's all right. I think personally, if you're having fun and still being productive, that's awesome. Like, I really want to get into a hobby. I've had so much fun doing little different voices, even just practicing. And when I discover a new voice or like a way to like twinge my voice in a slightly different direction, I feel super fucking productive. I felt like, holy crap, I just learned something new. And I don't know how well people feel. I feel like people probably think of being productive a little bit different than me. I don't think everyone thinks like, well, as long as you're learning something new, you're productive. I don't think that. I don't think anyone thinks of that. I feel like the general consensus of being productive is just doing something, like having something to do, which I think it's a fair thing. I think I definitely go a little bit extra with it. But sometimes I like to be getting better at what I do, so I mix it together with some self-improvement type stuff. And it's super weird. Like, again, everyone is different. That's the glorious thing about humans. We're also drastically different than one another. One person can like something, another can like another. And the same thing applies for being productive. Someone can do, two people can be equally as good as another at like a certain hobby, but some might find it like one might be more productive, like, or think they were more productive in the day for doing it than another. And maybe like it could just be like their entire attitude waking up each day, like day to day could change. And it's like, it's cool to think about. I don't know. I feel like I can't say much about it. Like, I think I asked one of my friends way back when, and when I asked my friend in what was it? It was middle school. I asked my friend in middle school, like, what'd you do today? He's like, oh, like, I was pretty protected today. I'm like, oh shit, what'd you do? He's like, well, I got all my homework done in the morning. Before like, it was due in like 3 days. I'm like, sweet, awesome. I still haven't done it yet. Let me copy off of you, but we all know how that goes. He's like, yeah, I did that. I actually, like, I started drawing a little bit too. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, I'm pretty shit at it. I'm like, dude, I can't even draw. So, you're probably better than me. It was like he was super psyched about getting stuff done like early in the day. At school, I was talking throughout school, he kind of felt like, man, I feel like I need something to do. It's like, well, there's not much we can do. It's like we go to classes, we learn. That doesn't feel very productive a lot of the time. So if you feel like you're being forced to learn something you probably don't want to learn, unless it's a topic you like, that doesn't feel very productive. School, like, being in school does not feel productive unless you're doing something that you want to do in school. Like science class, I would say I was productive in science class because I actively pushed myself to learn and expand my knowledge. Math class was like, nah. English class, nah. Computer science, nah. High school was definitely different. High school, I think I had a lot more fun in my classes, ironically. I know my senior year, I definitely did. I enjoyed my English class. I actually had a productive year in my English class my senior year. And it was in large part due to my two teachers just being awesome. Like, they made the class super fun. Like, I genuinely learned how to write a lot better. I'm like, shit, I can write a lot better papers nowadays. And I've also learned how to phrase stuff to be more professional and, how to not sound like a little idiot, to put stuff where it's like, it's not gonna like emotionally charge anyone, but at the same time still know how to write something to emotionally charge anyone. It's like, school can be productive. I think it really does come down to the teacher. A good teacher like just makes or breaks like how productive I am in a class, and I don't think about it. It's like chemistry. No, like, I had the nicest teacher in college. I still could not be productive, I guess. So it also does depend on the subject. I God help me with chemistry. It was I tried so hard to learn, and I struggled every single time. It was not fun. And I mean, it's just, productivity is such a weird thing. Like, one day I could do the same thing one day and do the same thing the next, and I might not feel productive. And it's just, I feel like a lot of people might get that. Maybe it's like the idea of like putting yourself in a rut and not getting better. Or just like not experiencing something new. I feel like doing something new is fine. And there's just people out there who are completely happy doing the same routine every day. which personally to me would get boring and I feel like a little concerning. But to them, like, you know what? I enjoy doing my hobby every single day. I enjoy just doing this stuff, day in and day out, and it makes me feel productive. I'm like, shit, dude, I would have to swap it up after a little bit, but you do you. I'm fucking like, I really want to be one of those people because like that would be amazing. But yeah, other than that, folks, I mean, like it's hard to really talk about productivity. I feel, at least for me, maybe you all can put this in a way that's more cohesive and it can make sense. But I feel like I've hopefully gotten my point across a little bit. And I'd love to hear what you folks think about first of all, what is productivity to you? What makes you feel productive in doing it? And like, what are your own experiences with it or others in their productivity? But other than that, that's really all I have for this video. So if you liked what you heard and technically saw on screen, you know what to do. This has been Jumping Quills, and I'll see you folks in the next one.